So here I'm cutting out a custom order. It's one of our LUXE FLARE Pants in a really beautiful, luscious, organic bamboo waffle knit. Here, as you can see, the texture. All of our pieces on our Etsy shop are either bought as one of a kind, or they are made to order. And so we literally cut and size every single piece on the cutting floor. So you can see I've got a size 12 on the floor right now that I'm cutting out in this beautiful black, we call licorice, organic bamboo. And here we go. Just cut out the back upper piece of the pant here, and we're gonna finish this off by cutting out the inseam and the back crotch. Make sure to catch those little notches. Don't notch them too deep as it's a knit garment, and we don't want any holes. Okay, our fancy little weights, tape, that's one of them, and my good old stapler. It's an antique. Anything works. A can of soup even. You don't have to be fancy. All right, and that's the back. Now onto the bottom back of the pant leg. We've just got a little bit of grading to do here. Let's make sure with this marker layout. A marker is called when you have all your pattern pieces that fit best into the fabric, so you have as little fabric wastage as possible. Is ideal. Every little bit matters, so that we're not wasting anything, but also making sure not to compromise, obviously, the garment we're cutting out. So there we go. That's all even on grain with the salvage of the fabric. So the pattern is on grain with the grain line here. And we are going to begin cutting out a tiny little notch in the corner. So again, we don't cut right through this fabric, and we have a nice big piece that we're saving to be able to be used for anything in future, our other eco designs and doing our patchwork pieces. So just going to notch a little hole right there and cut just like this. There is the bottom of the back of the flare leg, and with our little mini hem gauge. Ooh. Our little ruler, we're going to mark the point. We need to grade up to the middle of the knee, a ½ inch from zero at the hem. So we just move our little hem gauge over. We're going to start from zero at this point, and eyeballing it, because that's what our eyes are good for. Well, most of the time anyways. We're going to cut up and grade up to the knee point right here, up to a ½ inch, and like so, right up to the top of the back of the knee. Move that little guy over. We're done with him. And cutting him out like so. Boom. boom, shakalaka boom, and cutting the inside of the leg along the pattern. Get this little guy cut out. Just like so. Boom. And don't move that little guy there too. All right, and not forgetting to do our little notchy bits for our hem, seam allowance, and the upper back of the leg here like this. And there, and there, and there. Pattern goes bye-bye, and boom. Back of the leg. I know. One piece at a time, and we'll get there. That's what custom, it's what slow fashion is all about.